Hello, everybody. Glenn Brannon, webmaster, publisher, editor, chief cook and bottle washer of TwoTrailerTrucker.com and all its platforms. Well, this is Tuesday afternoon Eastern Time, and what a day for me personally. And I'm going to kind of make this into a teachable moment. I know there's a lot of people that look at Two Trailer Trucker and his Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter forums for educational purposes, what to expect, and things like that. Did I ever dream 6+ years ago that this little website would become that influential or that educational? No, but here we are. So let's not try to disappoint anybody. This morning, I came out of bed in St. Louis, which now has a hotel, which has had a new hotel for 2 months that I did not know about. I count on each and every one of you to let me know when hotels change. And the hotel now is the Hilton. In case they have an event or something, then we'll back to the Forest Park until the event is over. But the Hilton, right up the street downtown, overlooking Busch Stadium, great hotel, great hotel. Slept like a baby. And no, I didn't kick and scream all night and pee the bed. Very nice place. Highly recommend it. That being said, what happened today? Well, some of you may have a hard time believing this. Some rumors have circulated over the years that the guy that runs the website isn't a truck driver. He's some stooge in Overland Park that gets stuff and then puts it on there. And, well, no, people, I'm an actual driver. And today I got to do actual driver stuff like this. Yeah. Got pulled into the scale, came out of bed in St. Louis, headed to Indy. Got pulled into the scale in Terre Haute, Indiana. And the inspector said, your weight's fine. You've got hazmat on there. And we thought we'd pull you in and give you a once over. Full level 1 inspection. That means everything, nothing goes unchecked. First of all, if you've never had a DOT inspection before, relax. It's all in how you present yourself to the inspector. They have you. You're going to be inspected. Make sure you have everything ready in advance. You go over things. I'll get into that here in a second. It's all in the attitude when you first meet up with the inspector. If you're going to be a grouchy cuss, he's going to be a grouchy cuss, and he's going to probably look for things a little bit more closely than he really wanted to begin with. He says, well, I'm going to pull you in and give you a full level 1. I said, well, darn, I thought being Truck Driver Appreciation Week, you're going to have some cookie and donuts out here. Automatically broke the ice. We're laughing. No, they didn't have cookies and donuts out, but usually the Terre Haute scale, in conjunction with the Indiana Motor Truck Association, does. Lucky me, I get pulled in. Not lucky for me. No sweets at the end of the inspection. I digress. As you can tell, I like my cookies and donuts. So he pulls me in and start going everything, give him the bills. And I handed him the bills with the white paper with a hazmat on top. He looks at that, asks if I have an ERG book, pull it right out of that pouch on the door, show it to him. Fine. And so we're off to a roaring start. One of the first things I do, let me back up a little bit here. One of the first things I do as part of my pre-trip before I left St. Louis, and I do this with all sets, is I'll get in the truck. I'll give everything a look over. As I said, my last Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube live I did just a few days ago. That's why I have the hat with the hard plastic inset in it. one of the things I do is I look at the springs, and I also pump the brakes, hold the brakes down 10 seconds, let them up, press them down 10 seconds, let them up. This is while I'm doing away with the unreported events on my ELD. Kind of multitasking, but I take care of my log and I take care of the brakes. That will come up here in a second. I'll show you what that did. So we're into the barn. He's going over my paperwork. And let's see here. Go through. He checks everything. Follow his directions. We're keeping it light. Not my first DOT inspection I've been through. Not his either. And so what happened at the end of the inspection? I get this little piece of paper. And if you'll notice down toward the bottom where it says violations, no violations were discovered. That's right. This is what they call perfection. Thank you very much. One I'm going to go over now and show you some of the things that he did look at. As you can see, vehicle identification. Of course, the black book in the tractor. Reached over, grabbed it out of the pouch. The other information for trailers are attached to the trailers. They did open up the trailer. In this case, it was the rear trailer that had the hazmat. Why did he open it up? And be truthful with you, first time I've had a trailer opened up in 30 years of driving a truck. So he could check for cargo securement. So I break open the seal for him. He instructs me if there's any kind of tension, don't open it. To which I laughed and said, no problem. But the door opened up, little bit of shifting, nothing major, no leaks. Everything looked great. He was fine, nothing to see here. Closed the door. He put a Indiana State Police seal on it, or gave me one to put on it. So that way the trailer was sealed when I left there. And I did report that to dispatch when I got to Indianapolis. You can see on here the see here, everything on here. The brakes is something I want to show you now. This is where pumping the brakes before I left comes in handy. Now, if you realize when we do get a set, and usually they start out from this trailer came from this place, that dolly came from another place, lead trailer came from another place, the tractor came from wherever. They have not been all hooked together before. We don't know when. Hard telling when. Well, there's ways of knowing on there when they were last serviced, but a lot has happened between then and the time I got them. Therefore, that's why I make it a habit of pressing down on the brakes and letting loose. So if you look on here, it says brake adjustments. Everything is the same. Now, am I going to pat myself on the back for doing that? Hell yeah. But it's just something to show where results matter, and the results speak for themselves in this case. All the brakes were aligned, same measurements. Now, he did mark on here for hazmat, class 3 flammable, which is what I had on there. And it says placard, yes. Now, I have had times where I've had hazmat on the trailers, and they did an inspection, didn't find anything wrong, but the hazmat was marked none. I really didn't quarrel with it, but those things happen. I talked to the inspector about it. He goes, yeah, those things will happen. He didn't seem too concerned with it. He acknowledged it. But the important thing is, as you can see, the brake, going back to the brakes, everything looked the same as far as the measurements. That's great. What else? Oh, over here where it says CVSA issued number. What is that about? That right there. That orange sticker in the windshield. That will tell other DOT people when that truck comes across the scale, hey, this truck's been looked at within the last 90 days. Chances are nothing much happened to it since then, so, we're good with it. So, yeah, I came by with a perfect inspection, which had me stoked. It was a great way to start the day. Again, just to recap, when you get pulled in and it's your first inspection, don't get upset. You're not going to run away from them. Go through, let them do their jobs. Be of good spirits. What they find, they find. If they find something major or minor, they'll tell you if it's major or minor. And if you need to get a hold of somebody to have something done, you call your supervisor, let them know. Simple as that. Do as instructed. Because they're the boss. As I told the inspector, I said, hey, he's going through the bills, trying to find the real bills. But he was fine with the white piece of paper that they give us. And he goes, well, you don't mind if I go through these? I said, you've got the gun. Of course, he didn't, but he has the badge. What are you going to do? Tell him no? Not me. Go through, do as you're instructed. And, of course, I send him my logs off my ELD. And if you don't know how to do that, you go onto the screens there. You'll see the one where it's the third one from the left, or first one from the right, depending on how you look at things. And you'll see the like a sharing icon. You press on that, and he'll tell you how he wants the logs delivered to him from that point. I did it. He had the logs within a minute. And of course, that's the last part of the inspection. He goes into his area and checks over the logs. I had a full day the day before. Got to St. Louis from a breakdown and was supposed to go to Kansas City. Made it as far as St. Louis with 40 minutes to spare. My logs, there was nothing to see there. Everything was up to date, and there were no violations on there. Again, a perfect inspection is something that is, if you do get one, it's a good feeling. It really is. So again, don't be upset. Do as you're instructed. Run everything legal. If you notice anything mechanical wrong, get it looked at beforehand, because it may take the shop 15 minutes. If you get spotted at a DOT inspection, you're out of service and you're waiting 2 or 3 hours. So a thorough pre-trip, very important. If you go into a truck stop and you take 10 minutes to go into the speedway, use the bathroom, grab a snack and a bottle of water, and come back out, check those connections again. It don't take just a second. That way you don't drop a set, or if you notice anything that you didn't get on the pre-trip, you will notice then and have it taken care of. So again, I hope this helps. If you have any questions, please comment below, or you can always shoot me an email, and you're probably thinking, what's your email address? Well, there it is. Webmaster@twotrailertrucker.com. Webmaster@twotrailertrucker.com. Had a request yesterday from David on webmaster@twotrailertrucker.com about the wage scale. Got home today, and I have everything ready for that here in just a couple of days or so. And I'll have that posted up here hopefully by the end of the week or very early next week. Again, I ask if your pay rates are different or if you know something wrong, please let me know. That way I can make the changes and get the corrections out there. So hope your day is as great as mine was. And please stay safe. Thanks for making Two Trailer Trucker the place to go for information and the tools you need. Of course, I'm always open for your suggestions. If you see me out there on the road, sure, stop by, say hi, and let me know. Or shoot me an email or on one of these platforms. Have a great day, and we'll talk again soon. Thank you so much for using TwoTrailerTrucker.com.